कुंज विहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी। जय गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना। यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना। यमुनातीरवनचारि। यमुनातीरवनचारि। जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय राधा गोलोकानंद, राधा गोलोकानंद श्री राधे। जय गिरि गोवर्धन, जय गिरि गोवर्धन, जय गिरि गोवर्धन, जय गिरि गोवर्धन। जय जय प्रभुपाद, 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद् अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद् श्रील भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णे स्वधामोपगते धर्मज्ञानादिभिः सह कलौ नष्टदृशामेष पुराणार्कादुनोदितः। हरे कृष्ण। So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 64, entitled The Deliverance of King Nriga. This is text 17 for this morning. Tam niyamanam tat swami drishtvo vacha mameti tam mameti परिग्राह्याः नृगो मे दत्तवान् इति तां नियमानां तत्स्वामी दृष्ट्वोवाच ममेति तं ममेति परिग्राह्याः नृगो मे दत्तवानिति तां नियमानां तत्स्वामी दृष्ट्वोवाच ममेति तं ममेति परिग्राह्याः नृगो मे दत्तवानिति तां नियमानां तत्स्वामी दृष्ट्वोवाच ममेति तं ममेति परिग्राह्यः नृगो मे दत्तवानिति. We'll read text 18 as well, and then we'll read the translation together. Would that be? Yeah, we'll read the verse and then. Vipro vivadamanau mam uchatu swartha sadhakau bhavan datapaharteti tachrutva me bhavad brahmaha. So now we'll read the translation for 17 and 18 together. Yeah. When the cow's first owner saw her being led away, he said, "She's mine." The second Brahmana, who had accepted her as a gift, replied, "No, she's mine. Nriga gave her to me." As the two Brahmanas argued, this is to the 18th text, as the two Brahmanas argued, each trying to fulfill his own purpose, they came to me. One of them said, "You gave me this cow." And the other one said, "But you stole her from me." Hearing this, I was bewildered. Hare Krishna. So this morning we are reading this beautiful section of Srimad Bhagavatam. The deliverance of King Nriga is quite an instructive chapter. like every pastime in Srimad Bhagavatam, there are verses which teach us the storyline, but there are a lot of hidden lessons that come between those verses. Srimad Bhagavatam is such a wonderful drink. It's such a wonderful, tasty smoothie. You can add in as many preparations as possible, as many fruits as possible, and they all taste together in this smoothie. There's a storyline, there are commentaries, there are examples, there are purports, there are daily take-home lessons, there are nice juicy prayers, there are conversations, there are heroes and anti-heroes, all through. You'll have a hero in the form of Prahlad Maharaj, and you have an anti-hero in the form of Hiranyakashipu. You have a hero in the form of Vibhishan or Hanuman, and you have an anti-hero in the form of Kumbhakarna or Ravana. You have a hero in the form of Dhruva Maharaj, and you have an anti-hero in the form of Suruchi, for example, or Suniti and Suruchi could be contrasted. So let's see what is the take-home lesson. That is very important. Of course, the story is very entertaining to the ear. Krishna's pastimes, Ramachandra's pastimes, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes, these stories are very entertaining to the ear. But when we tap into the lessons, the principles, the take-home lessons that these stories teach us, that's where the growth is. That's where Bhagavatam comes alive. Because it's one thing to know, okay, Prahlad was tortured by his father and he called out to the Lord every moment and the Lord broke the pillar and appeared. That's wonderful. But now when life pinches us, how's that story going to help me? So it's very important as we study Srimad Bhagavatam, each verse is like a cotton swab and you fluff it out. You fluff it out, but in line with the commentaries of the Acharyas. So I'll first read what our Acharyas have written in this regard. Srila Sridhar Swamipad, in his Bhavartha Deepika commentary, he writes, Vyakulo bhavam ityarthaha. If we are in a situation like Nriga is, we will be as bewildered in life as he became. Sridhar Swami. Now what that bewilderment is, we will come to it. Sridhar Swami is saying, if we are in the situation like King Nriga, then we will get as bewildered as him if we do what he did. That's all. That's the comment Srila Sridhar Swami leaves us with. Srila Jiva Goswami Pad writes, Swarthasya swiya abhimana matrasya sadhakau. He says that these two Brahmanas, one whose cow has come into the kingdom of Maharaj Nriga, and the other who's been offered the cow by King Nriga, both these Brahmanas are fighting for their own material desires. Jiva Goswami Pad writes. He says the Brahmana who lost the cow, because the cow came wandering into the kingdom of King Nriga, that Brahmana was so attached to the cow that he wanted the cow back. And the other Brahmana who got the cow as a gift now became so attached to the gift, now he wanted that cow back to him. So Sri Jiva Goswami's comment is, both these Brahmanas in this regard are teaching us the power of material attachment. If you have something and you lose it to someone, it causes pain. And if you receive something from someone and someone else claims proprietorship, because in that time that you've received the gift, you've gotten attached to it, you have a problem with the other person who's claiming proprietorship. So just because both of them, Sri Jiva Goswami Pad writes, the two Brahmanas are like two bulls fighting over one cow. Right? That's his comment. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has spun in a little poetry here. He says, the Brahmana who belonged, or rather to whom the cow belonged, Vishwanath Chakravarti calls him Goswami. What does the word Goswami mean? It means the master of the senses. Because in Sanskrit, the word go means senses. But not to forget, the primary meaning of the word go is cow. And Swami means master. So Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has played a paradoxical pun to say, ha, what a Goswami. Meaning, one, he's the master of the cow, but at the same time, he doesn't have mastery over his own senses. Because only if he had mastered his senses, he would let his cow go. thinking that it belongs to Krishna. After all, he's the one who gives the cow, he's the one who takes it. But Vishwanath Chakravarti has kind of spun in a little paradoxical poetry there. What a Goswami. That's the comment. So now we'll come to some lessons that we can learn from this. Our situation is like King Nriga. In our life, Krishna is the first Brahmana. Not that literally he's a Brahmana, but symbolically in this pastime. The first Brahmana whose cow comes into the kingdom of King Nriga. He's the one who owns the cow, ultimately. So that is Krishna in our life. And he offers us the cow of ability, the cow of speaking, the cow of intelligence, the cow of abilities and capabilities and opportunities and time factor. All these different gifts that we have in life, in the human body, these are cows coming from the first Brahmana, which is Krishna. Who is the second Brahmana in the story? That is Maya. So in short, we are like King Nriga, and you have two Brahmanas here. On one side you have Krishna, on the other side you have Maya. And we are like Nriga, because what's happening is we gain cows from one Brahmana, from Krishna. Krishna has given us ability. And what do? We use that cow-like ability in the service of the second Brahmana by giving him charity. What does that teach us? Well, let's take it to the most fundamental level of the power to speak, right? The tongue. That is the cow. So the Brahmana called Krishna has given us the ability cow to speak, who has come into our kingdom as Maharaj Nriga. And what do we do with that cow, that speaking ability? We offer it in the service of the Brahmana called Maya. We speak other topics. We use our tongue in discussing other topics which are not related to the first Brahmana. What is the duty of King Nriga? When a cow comes from the cowshed of the first Brahmana, he's supposed to return the cow back to the Brahmana to whom the cow belongs. So the best use of our senses, especially the tongue, is to use it back in the service of the Lord who offers it to us in the first place. And if we don't do that, and instead we either keep it to ourselves, which means talking about ourselves, or we use it in the service of another Brahmana who's Maya Devi, talking about others, that's where the bewilderment comes in. Srila Sridhar Swami says, if you do that, then you get bewildered in this world. And we see this over and over and over again. Talking about cows getting stuck in a forest fire mesh of Vrindavan. You find that very famous pastime where the cows go wandering. Krida sakteshu gopeshu tad gavo duracharini swairam vivantyo vivishuhu trinalobena gahvaram. Bhagavatam describes that as the boys were playing with Krishna, the cows go astray. And why do they go astray? Because it's summer afternoon and they want water and they want food. So Trinalobhena, out of greed for fresh green grass, the cows go wandering deep into the forest mesh where they're not able to come out. And that's where there's a forest fire. And these cows are stuck there. Srila Sanatana Goswami, in his commentary, he writes a beautiful point. He says that if we become like these cowherd boys, busy playing the network of karma in the forest of this world, and we let the cows of our senses go astray, eating the green grass of sense enjoyment in the forest of this world, very soon we will be caught in the forest fire of reactions. How beautiful. I'll repeat that. Srila Sanatana Goswami says that if we be like these cowherd boys, playing games of activities in the forest of this world, and let the cows of our senses go astray, eating the fresh grass of sense enjoyment in this world, in no time we'll be stuck in the forest fire like the cows were. And what's the way out? The cows started weeping and calling out to Krishna. That's when Krishna comes and extinguishes the fire. Same principle, talking about cows and the parallel between cows. Maharaj Nriga is offering his senses, his cows, in the service of the Brahmana who is Maya. And if you do that and don't return it back to the Brahmana to whom the senses, cows, belong, we will be stuck. Bewilderment, illusion, lamentation, hankering in the forest of this world. So many wonderful examples. In the 3rd canto of Bhagavatam, we find in the 6th chapter, text 36, 3:6-36. It's an easy reference to remember. In the conversation between Vidura and Maitreya, it is discussed. Tathapi kirtayamyanga yathamati yathashrutam kirtim harer swam satkartum giramanyabhidasati. It is described that Tathapi kirtayamyanga yathamati yathashrutam. When we have an opportunity to speak about Krishna, we should speak about Krishna. When we have an opportunity to sing about Krishna, chant about Krishna, we should do it. Why? The Acharya writes there, Yathamati. We don't have to worry about how qualified we are, how much we know. These things don't matter. Yathamati. We all have God-given ability to speak, to remember, to comprehend, to study. And whatever we have, we offer it back to Krishna. Why? If we don't do it, we'll use that in the service of Maya. And Bhagavatam describes Giram Anyabhidha Asati. The tongue will be considered, now this is a strong point, the tongue will be considered a prostitute if it is not offered back to the master who created it. Bhagavatam describes. So the tongue is like, in Sanskrit, the tongue is called jivha. And jivha is a feminine word. Or vani is a feminine word. So the tongue is considered to be like a very beautiful girl. Offer it back to the most handsome husband possible, and that is Krishna. If, on the other hand, this tongue goes on touching different topics of this world, unnecessary topics, and sometimes, circumstantially, people will come and ask us, Prabhu, what do you think of this? Now, if we think that topic is unnecessary, feel free to dodge it. We don't have to succumb. We don't have to fall to every possible slip. Maya will throw in the bait, the fish of our tongue. I know we're getting multiple levels of poetry here. The fish of our tongue should not catch the bait of temptation in this world. Somebody may come and tell us things which may not be true, negativity about others, and ask for our opinion. That's like a forest fire in itself. We don't have to add more oblations into that fire by saying, oh, really? Is it? Did you see it? Oh, my God, I can't believe this. How could he do this? Now, these are all swaha. The fire's just going to get more blazing hot. Right? We don't have to do it. If you just stay status quo, the person can't keep adding from one end. It has to go both ways. Or sometimes, our Madhavananda Prabhu, Gaur Govinda Maharaj's disciple, used to say, Krishna's given us a wristwatch only so that we say, oh Prabhu, I wish I could continue talking, but I have a meeting. That's why Krishna's created these watches, just to keep us away from Vaishnava Aparadha. So that's a cow in our life. The ability to speak is a cow. And the Brahmana, Krishna, gives it to us. We should return it back to him. But if you return it to another Brahmana called Maya, thinking that it's my cow, my ability, I can talk whatever I want, that's where the bewilderment, that's the possible downfall. Maharaj Nriga, who's a descendant in the Ikshvaku line, the same as Sri Ramachandra, he fell down to the animal kingdom. And Krishna had to liberate him. This teaches us that we have to be very careful how we use our tongue. And all the senses, actually. You can think of Bharat Maharaj. He used the sense of touch to pet the deer. That's all. That made him a deer. They're all cows. The ability to see is a cow. And Ajamil saw the prostitute. That's all. One prostitute. One illicit vision deep into the forest, and he fell. And we are surrounded in this material world in Kali Yuga with illicit, provocative, temptational circumstances and vision. There are like boards all over. You sell a little product and you have to have an illicit, provocative advertisement, right? And not deep into the forest. We are in the life that we lead. So we are like Ajamil 1,000,000 times multiplied. So when the eyes go astray, like Ajamil, there's fall. When the sense of touch goes astray, like petting the deer, now that seems to be very sattvic, but if it takes you away from offering it back to Krishna, instead of massaging the deities or the shaligram, you end up massaging, petting the dog or the deer. That's the attachment. That's Bharat Maharaj right there. What to speak of the sense of hearing? It was Vishwamitra Muni who just heard the ankle bells of Menaka, and that's it. Again, talking about the vision, think about Shaubari Muni. He just saw the mating of fishes underwater. Think about it. And that was the fall. So whether it's vision, or whether it's hearing, or whether it's the sense of touch, and what to speak of eating. Wow, now that's an interesting one. Eating. In the Mahabharata, there is a very beautiful story. In the famous turn of events, in the story of Dronacharya and Drupada, who were friends, and then they became enemies. And Drupada now wanted a son, Drishtadyumna, who will kill Drona. Now, how does he get a son who's going to kill his enemy? Drupada, in the pages of the Mahabharata, goes from one sage to another, begging him, can you be the priest who's going to preside over a fire sacrifice by which I can have a son who will kill Drona? And every priest would say, what's the purpose of this sacrifice? You want to kill Drona? I can't preside over this. I can't do this because if I become the priest, I partake in the sin of killing a Brahmana. I don't want to do this. And one after another, there's rejection. The Brahmanas say, I can't do this. I can't do this. And finally, there comes a Brahmana who says, I can't do it, but I know of someone who can do it, who can preside over this sacrifice. Interesting. Who is it? The Brahmana says, go into that little hermitage, that little kutir, and you find a Brahmana there. He will agree. He will readily agree to preside over this fire sacrifice. And he will do a good job. And you will have a son who will kill Drona. Drupada goes to that Brahmana, knocks his door, he opens and he asks him this question. The Brahmana readily agrees. He says, sure, I'll preside over this fire sacrifice, no problem. So King Drupada is bewildered. He was thinking to himself, how is it that no other Brahmana agreed, but this Brahmana agreed? So he came back to the previous Brahmana who pointed the direction and said, can you solve this mystery puzzle for me? How is it that nobody agrees, but this Brahmana agreed? So now this Brahmana who pointed out, he answers. He says, actually, he's a good friend of mine. And both of us, we wandered through the forest once, and he felt hungry. So he picked up a fruit. He picked up a fruit from the tree, and without offering it to Vishnu, he ate it up. He said, that day I got to know, because he is eating fruits in my presence, without offering it to Vishnu, I'm pretty sure he is eating other things as well, without offering them to Vishnu first. Without any guilt, he ate. He picked a fruit and didn't have any hesitation. He just ate it up without offering. So this Brahmana who pointed the direction, he said, if someone eats things which are not offered to Vishnu, the first thing that will happen is their mind will get corrupted. And when their mind is corrupted, they take wrong decisions in life. That's how I was confident he's going to agree to this. And he did. Quite instructive. One fruit. So the point is, whether it is the ability to eat or hear or see or touch or smell or speak, They're all cows because they're all, in Sanskrit, go means senses, but go also means cows. So if the cow is coming into King Nriga's kingdom from the cowshed of a Brahmana, that is Krishna offering ability to us. It is Krishna's senses, Krishna's power. They are like the cows in our kingdom. And we must offer it back to the Brahmana, that is Krishna. And this is why all our acharyas, they only desire this. My dear Lord, may I use all my senses in your service only. Prabodhananda Saraswati, he writes, please kindly repeat after me, it's a beautiful verse. Radha Nama Sudharasam Rasayitum Jivhastu me Vihvala Padau Tad Padakankitasu Charatam Vrindatavi Vithishu Tatkarmaiva Karakarotu Hridayam Tasyapadam Dhyayatam Tadbhavotsavata Param Bhavatu Me Tat Prananathe Rati. Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati offers a prayer to Radharani by saying, Radha Nama Sudha Rasam Rasayitum Jivhastu Me Vivhala. O Radharani, my tongue is yours. And therefore, may my tongue only and only vibrate the names of Radha and Krishna and nothing else. Because they belong to you, I want to offer my tongue back to you. It's like taking water from the Ganga and offering it back to the Ganga. And Padau Tat Padakankitasu Charatam. O Srimati Radharani, my feet belong to you. Therefore, may my feet only wander in the dust of Vrindavan. Tat karmaiva karah karotu hridayam. My palms belong to you. My hands belong to you. Therefore, may I use my hands only in serving your deity forms. And my heart belongs to you, O Radha and Krishna. Therefore, with all my heart, may I only remember you and develop love for only you. Such a beautiful prayer. That's Nriga offering all his cows back to the Brahmana. Taking all of those senses back. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has also given a very beautiful cow example, comparing it to the senses in the connection of our discussion. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, in his 10th canto commentary to Srimad Bhagavatam, he says, O dear Krishna, my commentary, my words are like naughty calves. My words are like naughty calves, very naughty calves of Vrindavan. Why? He says, these calves, instead of drinking the sweet Yamuna waters of your glories, are busy drinking the sewage water of the topics of this world. How wonderful. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, my words are like naughty calves. Instead of drinking the sweet Yamuna water of your glories, they're busy drinking the sewage water of the topics of this world. Therefore, O Gopal, who is expert in taking care of cows and calves, please use your cow herding stick of mercy and bring my word like calves back on track. Don't let them go astray. Which means prayer that may my words, may my commentary always be in line with Srimad Bhagavatam and not go astray. This is a prayer. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Pad has also compared the ability to speak to cows. How wonderful. Because the context is offering cows back to the owner. That is the theme. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Pad says, Madasya maru sanchara khinnam gam gokulon mukhim santah pushnantu imam snigdha karanakasara sannidho. He has written this in the commentary that he wrote to Bilva Mangal Thakur's Krishna Karnamrit. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Pad writes, my dear Krishna, this is very beautiful, very, 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 very beautiful. He says, my dear Krishna, my mouth is like a desert. Why? There's so much heat because of criticism of others. My mouth is like a desert. And my words, my tongue especially, is an innocent calf who's been walking through this desert for lifetimes without one drop of nectar. The cow of my tongue has been stuck in the desert of my mouth, which is burning because of the fire of criticism of others, without drinking a single drop of nectar in this world. This cow or this calf of my tongue has become thin, tired, and diseased. But however, by some good fortune, this cow has now started walking in the direction of Vrindavan. Because now the tongue has started describing Krishna. So this cow of my tongue has started heading towards the direction of Vrindavan. So therefore, Kaviraj Goswami writes, I beg for the mercy of the Vaishnavas, may you dip this cow in the cool waters of your ear holes. What does that mean? The readers of the book, may they welcome the words of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in the water pool of their ears by hearing this nectar. So please dip this cow in the nectar water pool of your loving ears by hearing these words of my commentary. They may be emaciated, they may be thin, they may be diseased cows, but that's because they've been living in my mouth for so long, he says. Krishna, please save me. Please save my tongue. So in this way, with every sense possible, we can parallel. If we offer it back to the Lord who gives it to us, we will be happy. But if you offer it to anyone else, then we will be like Nriga. We will be bewildered, vyakula. We will be confused. We will be troubled in this world. Senses, Rishikena, Rishikesha, Sevanam Bhakti Ruchyate. Bhakti is offering all our senses, all our ability back to Krishna. It is not about competing with another person. Of course, there's scope for transcendental competition as well. But the point is, we are not in this world to compete with one another. We are in this world only to realign our intentions. Instead of thinking, I wish I could write like him. I wish I could cook like him. I wish I could da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. We could go on. Well, it's nice if it inspires us, but not so nice if it makes us envious. But the higher principle is, whatever Krishna has given us, let's offer that to Krishna. That's all. All the ability possible. And this is why Vritrasur, in his final prayers, he says, Manasmaret asupater grunamte grinhita vak karma karotu kaya. My dear Lord, as I am dying, 6th canto Bhagavatam, Vritrasur prays, my dear Lord, as I die, my final prayer is lifetime after lifetime. May I have the association of pure Vaishnavas, in whose association I can offer my tongue in your service, my mind in your service, my senses in your service. That's the principle. You can know how surrendered someone is by how much of the cows that they have received from Krishna, they offer it back. Simple. That's the test. It's not about how much we know. It's not about how famous we are. It's not about anything. It's only about how we use our time and our senses back in the service of the Lord who gave it to us in the first place. The 2 trees, Manigriv, Nalakuver, as they were delivered, their only prayer to Damodar, Canto 10, Chapter 10, Text 38, was, my dear Lord, Vani gunanu kathane shravanau kathayam hastau chakarmasu manastava padayornaha smrityam shirastava nivasa jagat praname drishte satam darshanestu bhavattanuna. O Damodar, the 2 trees said, my only desire, Manigriva and Nalakuver are praying, O Damodar, my only desire is, or our only desire is, May our tongue always be employed in your service. May our ears only hear about you. May our senses only serve you. May our mind only remember you. May our eyes look at you when we glance at Vaishnavas. Such a beautiful prayer. So we'll pause here if there are any reflections. And yes, Prabhu.
The big mistake he's making is that he doesn't understand where his gifts come from.
Yeah, perfect. So that's the atheistic mentality, where we receive everything from God, but we don't know where we got it from. And we start thinking that all that we have is mine, and therefore I can give it in charity to any person, any circumstance, and any object possible. So I think the main point is to know whom that cow belongs to, right? So the atheists don't know it, and sometimes even as devotees we know it and we still give it to other topics and other circumstances and other people and other objects. Just scrolling on social media, we are offering the power to see, which Krishna has given us to read Shastra, in scrolling. So we are offering that on a temporary, fleeting, flickering source of joy. While there are those who are born blind, pure devotees like Surdas, Bilva Mangal Thakur, who became blind, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, who became blind, and here we have the power to see, and we are wasting it on social media. If it's just dumb scrolling or doom scrolling as they call it. So the point is, he didn't know where it came from, like most of us didn't know for lifetimes where our senses come from, or where we come from, where our mind comes from, where our human body comes from. And then we offer it to others. Does that make sense, bro? Yeah, thanks. I think we have another 30 seconds? 2 minutes, okay. So any more reflections?
Thank you for the lecture. It was very good. You don't have to answer this question if you don't want to, but are you going to become a guru? If so, when?
What's the question? Never. Because I don't want to. I just want to be a disciple. I just want to be a servant at the feet of my Guru Maharaj. I can't even carry my own karma, what to speak of attempting to help others. If somebody doesn't know to swim, and if they take on the responsibility of saving someone who's drowning in a rip current, then both of them are going to heroically drown themselves. So that's my situation at the moment. Yes, Mataji.
We're always supposed to be thinking about Krishna, speaking about Krishna, remembering Krishna constantly. And if we're talking about something else, then it's, how do you deal with that if you're like working full-time out in the world, dealing with regular karmis? Because you can't always, you've become friends with them just because you're working together, and you have to be team workers and friendly with each other. And but you can't constantly be talking about Krishna to them. So how can you help them, but also help yourself throughout each day, all day, when you're engaged in all these other activities?
My Guru Maharaj would answer that question with respect to the story of Aghasur by saying that the boys, before they entered the mouth of Aghasur, they all turned back and looked at Krishna and said, in case we go inside the cave, mouth of Aghasur, and something happens to us, you please take responsibility and come and save us. So my Guru Maharaj would say, the door of our house that opens to the outside world, that's the mouth of Aghasur. And before we enter that mouth, which means before we exit our house, to go to the outside world, we look at the face of our deity and we tell him, my dear Lord, I'm going to work, I'm going to school, I will forget you and faint like how the boys fainted inside. You please take responsibility and come and revive my consciousness. So which means, like Prabhupada said, before we go to work, we have a strong sadhana in the morning. And even at work, we can have an alarm every 30 minutes. It just beeps, and we just have to chant Hare Krishna once. That's it. Keep working, and every 30 minutes, chant Hare Krishna once and think, my dear Lord, whatever I've done in the last 30 minutes, all for you. So we, like a lotus, be in the muddy pool, but untouched. Gaur Premanande!
Thank you, Prabhu.
That was a nice answer.
Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Enam Kanvandam Aravindanalayataksam Bharavatam Samasitam Buddhasundarangam Kandar Agom Vidamaniya Nishesha Shobham Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Angani Yasa Sakalem Priya Priti Manti Vasyan Vipan Vikayanti Chiram Naganti Ananda Chinmaya Sadhu Jala Vigrahasya Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami 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 Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Krishna Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Pashtacha Satarine Jai Prabhupada Jai Prabhupada Jai Prabhupada Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasade Gaura Bhaktarinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasade Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasade Gaura Bhaktarinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasade Gaura Bhaktarinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Jaya Gaura Bhaktarinda Jaya Gaura Bhaktarinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Haribo! Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Nitya Gaur Haribo, 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 Nitya Gaur Haribo, 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 Nitya Gaur Haribo, Haribo. Haribo, Nitya Gaur Haribo, Haribo, Haribo. Jaya Radha Golokananda, Radha Golokananda, Radhe. Golokananda, Jaya Radha Golokananda, Radha Golokananda, Radhe. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Shri, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe. Gaura Premanandi, Hari Hari Bo. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Bhagavacharya Satarya Sister Shri Mada's Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasudeva.
Chetadharmanam Arjanam Bhavamahadavagni Nirvapanam Shreya Kairavya Chandrika Vitaranam Vijavadu Jivanam Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam Pratipanam Purnamrita Swadanam Sarvatma Snapanam Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis Tatrapita Niyamita Smaranena Kala Etadrishita Vakripa Bhagavan Mamapi Durdaiva Midrishami Hajani Nanuraga Trinada Pisunichena or Apisuhishuna Amani Namana Dana Kirtaniya Sadahari Nadanam Najanam Nasundarim Kavitam Va Jagadisha Kamaye Mama Janmani Janmani Ishvare Bhavatad Bhaktir Ahoitaki Twai Ainanda Tanuja Kingaram Patitamam Vishamam Vivamada Kribayata Padam Pankaja Stita Duli Sajushim Vachintaya Nayanam Garshu Daraya Varanam Gat Gadarudaya Gira Pulakarnishitam Vapukada Tavanama Grahane Bhavishyati Yugayatam Namishena Chakshusha Pravashayatam Shunayatam Jagat Sarvam Govindam Virahename Ashlishyavapadamratam Anastumam Adarshanam Marmahato Karotiva Yatatava Vidadatulam Bato Mat Pranatasusa Eva Napara. Victory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life, of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which always anxious. O my Lord, congregational chanting of your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you've invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness, you enable us to easily take your holy name. But I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw on the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate